round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around.
Good morning, this is Marietta Allen. We've got a real special show for you today on Weekend Magazine. We are going to be speaking with David Channon, and he is with the Phoenicia Shandaken Studio Tour. And this is up in the Catskills. Dave, are you there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, we're in the country. It's really deep country in the Catskills here.
Yeah, you're up near Esopus, right?
I have to emphasize that.
Yeah, up near Esopus, and it's God's country. Is beautiful, very, very beautiful.
You're correct.
Yep. Now, first, for people that don't know where Shandaken and Phoenicia are, probably what you orient yourself from Kingston, maybe. Most people can find Kingston.
Yeah, you head up 28 from Kingston, and you go past Woodstock about another 20 minutes. Head up into the hills, higher up into the hills, and then you're in Shandaken. They say there's no law west of Woodstock, and there's a little bit of a kind of wild country aspect to the area here. A lot of wildlife, and many people used to know Shandaken mainly as a hunting and fishing paradise.
Oh, interesting.
Hiking and stuff.
And there, we've got all these wonderful artists that live and work. We didn't know about that. That's
yeah.
So what you organized everybody, and tell us what you're doing.
That's not easy, but Judith Singer grabbed me by she put a lasso around me, and she got me into this project to work on organizing the artists of Shandaken, and there are many, many artists up here. A lot of artists came originally to the Woodstock area, and then they kind of fanned out into the hills. So the experience of this tour takes you up some of these side roads and really, really beautiful deep woods places. But you'd be surprised how interesting the artists are that are on the tour.
Let's talk about them. This is great.
Yeah.
And I noticed you have a little map too on your website. So this is like a driving tour. You get out, you see the artists, and the whole thing.
It's a self-guided tour.
Yeah.
But we do have a map, so you can either pick it up on the website, which is shandakenart.com, or you could pick up, when you get to the area, you could pick up one of our catalogs. It's 28-page glossy catalogs. It's got all the maps and information about the artists, and helps you get yourself around. We have amazing artists on the tour. We have a hot glass factory that's going. That's Hot Stuff. That's Mary Sartoma and Hot Stuff. And we have an ironmonger, an iron forge going, which is Cornelius McGillicuddy. And we're just getting into we're starting from the basic, the primordial kind of artwork, and working our way to the postmodern, which I'll get to later. But we have Barnesh Designs, which is an amazing clothing manufacturer here, and she's beautiful. We've got ceramic artists like Michael Boyer. We even go into uncharted territory here. Even though 90% of the land in Shandaken is wilderness, we're going to talk about Remy Dios, who makes art out of random objects and sets up these whole environments that you can walk through. And Chip Gallagher has a treehouse. If you're brave enough, it's like a flying saucer up in a tree, and you can go up his treehouse, or you could visit his tree piece.
Oh, wow.
Now, this leads me, I'm sorry if I'm ranting and raving about this, but I am very excited about it.
Hey, I was looking at your website. Some of these artists, there was one guy that used to do album covers with the Godfather movie and Gladys Knight and the Pips. I mean, he was an elderly.
Is that right?
Yeah, fantastic.
I thought I knew everything about Shandaken, and you're telling me something new.
Yeah, he was, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Mike Mendel. He goes in the name Zeppel. He was Nazi Germany, fled from there in 1938, and he did all kinds. He did the New York Philharmonic. He does their covers and stuff. So you got these little gems of people up there.
Well, we got a lot of very interesting artists that have they decided head for the hills.
Yeah.
Is basically the motto, and it's not just new. I mean, a lot of people think now. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of rushing out of New York City trying to find a sane place to live. But people have been doing this for a couple of hundred years now. We're calling attention to Brunel Park, which is in Boyceville. It's a little bit east of Shandaken, but it's right on the edge. Emile Brunel died in 1944, but he built these huge cement statues of Native American Indians, and it's a beautiful park there. It's a National Historic Landmark that's open to the public.
Wow.
But not everybody knows about it.
Nope.
And you'll see a totem pole as you drive by, but you should stop in and visit Brunel Park, because that guy was an amazing, amazing piece of history.
And we'll talk a little bit more about Boyceville later, too, we can mention, because there's a good place to eat there, too. So,
yeah,
like bread alone. Yeah, yeah. This is there was a guy also on the tour that does really, really great looking comic book art. I'm trying to remember his name, but it was if they go on the web, I mean, you've got different pieces of artwork by the different artists, so you can see the styles.
Well, I'm gonna take a stab. You may be referring to Bronson Eden. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But there was a number of artists that came up here probably about 25 years ago from New York City and the East Village and the Lower East Side and Soho, and a number of them got together and started the Arts Upstairs Gallery.
Oh, okay.
And that was sort of a magnet that attracted a lot of artists to show their work.
And which town is that in, the Arts Upstairs?
That's in Phoenicia, right in Phoenicia, in the middle of Main Street, Phoenicia.
Okay.
And they have a beautiful balcony, by the way, where you can snack on their hors d'oeuvres and stuff and overlook the entire hamlet of Shandaken. And you can see Mama's Boy across the street. You can see the cops sitting in the gas station eating donuts. You see everything from that location. It's beautiful.
That sounds fantastic. Boy, you're really giving us all the nice little nooks and crannies. And
well, I live here. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. So this event that's going on, is it a one-day thing? Is it a week? I mean,
well, it's the weekend of July 18th and to the 20th. So on Friday night at Mama's Boy, which is kind of like the town square in Phoenicia, there's going to be a spoken word performance with amazing performers like Philip X. Levine. Some of your readers will know this guy. Your listeners will know him. Sparrow and Violet Snow and Tony Fletcher. They're going to pass the talking stick.
Okay.
This is part of our Native American theme that we're introducing this year. Is like passing the talking stick. Well, it's actually a microphone, but they're going to do spoken word on Friday night. Then Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., self-guided tour. Visit these studios and see some great places. Saturday night at the Arts Upstairs is going to be a great party. It's really one of the most essential gathering places for all the people in the area, the writers, the actors. STS Theater is across the street where they do performances. Musicians, there's concerts there too. The Railway Museum is also in Phoenicia.
Okay.
And they do Flying Cat music concerts there on a regular basis. Get amazing, amazing talent, country music performers, and all kinds of other performers too.
Oh, wow.
And so I know I'm ranting again.
No. People can take
I'm going to say a moment about myself. I make steel sculptures. I'm on Broad Street Hollow, which is right in Shandaken. Because the Arts Upstairs allowed me to hang my artwork there, I started to do artwork again after many years of being totally frustrated and not doing it for a long time.
You did illustration too, didn't you?
I've done a lot of different things, and I moved up here in '99 and decided to make this my home. And the Arts Upstairs got me excited about showing artwork again, because there's no hanging judge there.
Oh, yeah.
Every artist hangs. If an artist goes to the Arts Upstairs, they can hang their artwork there.
Wow.
And, you might think that is a recipe for disaster, but you're wrong. It means that there's nobody standing between you and the artist. You see everything.
That's right.
And you're going to see something you like when you go there, because you're not going to see it through the eyes of some curator who's chosen things because it's what they like.
Yep, and I've got listeners down in Westchester and in the Hudson Valley that are collectors of art. So you've got all kinds of interesting pieces you can invest in by going there. You can buy them. That's
well, I don't want to say that you can get good bargains, but compared to shopping in Soho, you'll find it's a very pleasant experience.
Yeah. So this is a 3-day thing. Yeah. So you got Saturday booked. This going to be filling up the whole day.
Sunday you can go all around and visit more studios on Sunday. there's other things happening in the area too. I mean, I could go through the list. There's more than 30 artists on this tour.
Wow.
So it's way too many people for anyone to actually visit the whole in 2 days.
Yeah.
But you can actually come back again because this book is good for a whole year.
Uh-huh.
You can make special plans to meet an artist at a studio the next time you come back up.
Oh, wow. So they're open to, continuing showing their...
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
Fantastic.
It's ongoing. And the Arts Upstairs has an opening the third Saturday of every month, which is a wonderful, wonderful party for people to meet all the writers and performers and artists and art lovers and everybody in Phoenicia and Shandaken will show up there.
That sounds wonderful. I tell you, this sounds like it's going to be such a wonderful event. And we're airing this early so that everybody's got enough time to plan for it, because I figure you'll be able to talk about places to stay. Also, somebody might want to make a weekend of it if they're coming from New York and the Hudson Valley. I mean, Orange County. We could shoot up there. It's a half an hour to Kingston, and then what is it, another half hour, 45 minutes probably to you from there, which is not
very
far.
Close.
Yeah,
but it's a world apart, really. Yeah. When you get up here, it's another world from the city life. I like it. That's why I'm here. A lot of city people are starting to discover it. So I could mention Graham and Company, which is a new motel that's opened up in the last year and a half or so, and it is doing amazing business, bringing people mainly from Brooklyn coming up. So you got like a whole Brooklyn tidal wave of people coming up to the Graham and Company.
Are they in
Tavern 214 across the street from there is a great place to eat. So it's kind of a little tie-in. That's just a few blocks off of Main Street in Phoenicia.
Oh, in Phoenicia. What's the name of the restaurant again?
Tavern 214.
Tavern 214. Okay, and that's in Phoenicia. Is there a place called Sweet Sue's up there?
Sweet Sue is so well known.
You got to tell people about this.
I almost hesitate to mention it, but the best breakfast in Phoenicia on Main Street, and you will see fashion models showing up there and movie directors. I'm telling you, it's a place to do like people watching. Yeah. And you might have to wait a little while to get a table, but it's worth it because you get a chance to see more like Uma Thurman will show up or whatever. You never know what's going to happen.
But they make wonderful, what is it, waffles? I forgot the name, the things that they're special.
I think that you could share one of their portions and still get fat. So that's my opinion. But they make beautiful pancakes, waffles, breakfast of all kinds. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Sweet Sue's is well known. The Phoenicia Belle is a beautiful B&B right on Main Street. They got a bike shop in the back where you can rent a bike for the day, Mike's Bikes. All of these things are like a block apart. There's certain other places that are very well known because of their connections to like major media outlets, like the Mystery Spot. Look, Laura Levine's Mystery Spot is a whatnot shop for whatnot maniacs, people that really are looking for 50s nostalgic memorabilia stuff.
Oh, wow. That sounds wonderful.
Crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of good places in town.
And that's the 50s.
Brios and the Sportsman watering holes. There's a new building that's coming up, the Phoenician, which is another Ricardella restaurant business. It's colossal. It's not open yet, but it'll be open this summer, I believe. That'll be a place for weddings and parties. It's a really beautiful, beautiful spot.
Now, they still have the tube rentals over there? Isn't there something with the water?
You can go tubing. You could be a tuber. Come to Phoenicia and be a tuber.
That's like, for people who don't know what that is, tell them how that works.
You jump in a big truck inner tube that's inflated with a little wooden panel in the bottom, and you crash down the esopus. Most people make it all the way.
Do they really? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. See, there's so many. You've got the shoppers you take care of. The ones who like to eat. The foodies are there. You got the stuff for the outdoor stuff. You have fishing nearby too. It's a big fishing, hiking.
Oh, I got to mention one more thing.
Okay.
The Phoenicia Diner is also very, very new and very hot spot for people that are coming up. It's a classic American diner and extremely popular. But the reason why I like to call attention to it is because if you look above it to the cliff, just behind the diner there, as you're approaching Phoenicia, there's a cliff face with all these Native American faces in the rocks. Now, you have to use your imagination a little bit, but it's there. If you see it, especially in the afternoon, like around 2 p.m. Now, in the summertime, the trees are kind of filled in, and you can't see as much, but it's there, and you got to really look for it and use your imagination. It's there. Come back in the fall when the leaves are down, and you will see the entire tribe. There's about 7 heads up there. It's better than the old man of the mountain.
So somebody climbed up there and chiseled it in, or what?
Well, I would say God did it, or nature did it. It's a totally natural feature. Nobody's gone up there chiseling. Like Pratt Rock in Prattsville, check that out. But that was made by an artist. This is just made by nature. It's a natural feature, and definitely in the wintertime or whenever the leaves are down, you can really see it. It's very clear. It's not my imagination. It's really
that's fantastic. That's really neat.
Yeah.
And that was a big Indian area, right? It was a big Indian?
Well, Big Indian is right in the middle of Shandaken, and Big Indian is going to have the Thunder in the Valley powwow on the same weekend as the art tour. It's always the same weekend. So you can get some thundering drum action and a lot of amazing crafts and artists. Richard Treitner is going to be showing his work there, and Karen Wolf is going to be showing her photography there at the powwow. As you go in, you see a giant statue of Chief Winnisook.
Oh, boy.
And another totem pole there as you enter the park. And that is a whole other story of romance and intrigue of early American history.
Now, is that Big Indian a park, or what is it? Is it a town?
There's a beautiful park there.
It's
in
a
Big
park.
Indian, yes.
Okay,
Beautiful
all right.
Park, yeah.
So you're going to go right in the park there. And there's parking and all these places. You don't
the Big Indian powwow. It's a $5 admission for the powwow because that's not.
Okay.
We're not running the powwow,
right?
But it's definitely worth it, and you should definitely check it out.
Okay, that's great. Wow, there's so much. And Boyceville is how far? Because there's a place called Bread Alone. Everybody loves to eat at that too.
As you're approaching Boyceville, you pass Bread Alone. It's a landmark, a great place. They make beautiful bread, and they have good soup and a coffee shop there. It's a very lovely spot. They've moved they're in the process of moving their major bakery operation to a new location in Kingston, which I believe Sean Eldridge is helping to finance to make it happen.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to be bigger and better than ever. But Bread Alone provides bread to the entire region. A lot of stores carry their products.
Well, people will stop in and buy, every time you're up there, you just go in, buy a couple loaves to bring home with you, so you're going by, you got to stop in and get something. So,
do I sound too enthusiastic?
No.
Should I calm down a little bit?
I think you're warranted because it really is. And I'll tell you, I feel my blood pressure drop when I go up there. It's just so relaxing, and I can see why artists would like it. When you're in a more serene environment like that and clean atmosphere, everything, you're more creative. Everything, your juices flow. You got better oxygen, you name it. So you're in better shape. So I can understand it. Yes.
Well, I totally understand what you're saying, and I think that's why I like it here. It's really dark at night and quiet.
Yeah.
Just those two things make such a difference in your feeling of being alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have so many things here. The Empire State Railway Museum is in Phoenicia, which is a great place to visit.
And they have rides, I think, right? You can take railroad.
There's a little mini train ride that you can ride. But the regular railroad that they operate is now operating on 2 short segments.
Okay.
Because of they're still recovering from the last disaster that we had up here.
Oh.
And flooding is sometimes a problem, but parts of their regular route are in operation. But you should definitely visit the museum because it's got some incredible collections for railroad nuts. You got to go there.
Oh boy, that sounds wonderful. And you've got theater and dance there too, right? You've got some dance and opera. Was it?
The Mount Tremper Arts is one of these most post-modern arts. It's like an art colony where dancers go to work on new material to create dance performances.
Oh.
They also have visual art performances there too. But they have a summer series that runs from July 11th to August 23rd. Every weekend they have dance performances there that get reviewed in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. these guys are very. It's surprising to find something this like city elegant in the middle of the woods. But it also makes sense. Why wouldn't people want to come here? There's another place called Shandaken Project that is even more below the radar screen, which is an art colony that's just kind of cropping up in the last few years. But they've had a couple of Burning Man festivals up there that were completely over the top and were wonderful, wonderful successes. There's the Shandaken Project is for visual artists to get into the woods and work on some new stuff and create some new work.
Wow, fantastic. And there's an opera? Was there an opera or something?
The Festival of the Voice Opera.
There you go.
I feel like a talking machine here, but the Festival of the Voice is going into their 5th year, and this year it's going to be a 5-day festival. It is unbelievable. The stars they get from internationally famous opera singers, but they also do a lot of different kinds of music, like world music. This year, their theme is Viva España. Viva España. It's going to be focused on Spanish flavor music, and they always do like one big opera, and this one's going to be.
Wow.
This is awesome. You gotta love the Festival of the Voice.
And I'll tell you something. People go all the way up to Tanglewood and up to the Berkshires, and they don't know. They could be going to you guys. It's a lot less crowded, very close. I mean, just everything's there. So we're gonna be broadcasting you all over the place. So you'll get a lot of exposure.
I'm glad because Festival of the Voices, they're doing really well, really well. They're bringing thousands and thousands of people to this little hamlet in the middle of the Catskill Mountains where it used to be just like, deer hunters and bear hunters and stuff. And it's like really, really growing, really growing.
Oh, that's fantastic. We've got about 3 minutes, so I just want to let you know, let's think about, is there any, maybe we can give your website, phone number in case somebody needs to call.
Okay. It's shandakenart.com. It's spelled the way it sounds, Shandaken. Those Native Americans are very phonetic.
Yes.
Shandakenart.com is the website, and look for the back cover of Good Life Journal, which is going to come out pretty soon.
Okay.
You'll see an ad for us. You can pick up the catalogs pretty much all over the whole area.
Okay.
We're going to be putting them around Kingston and a little bit in New Paltz, a little bit up in Albany. We're going to be spreading it around.
Great.
It's the 18th to the 20th of July, and there's great places to stay, so think about making a weekend out of it.
Yep.
And
you want to book early, so as soon as you hear the show, you get going. And remember, the show will be archived on the realcountryhv.com on the website, all right? So some of you, if you're driving right now and you can't take notes, you can go on there and listen to it a couple times and get all your information. And then we also want to thank Judith Singer, who is a wonderful patron and is making this whole show possible for everybody. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thanks to Judith.
Nice woman.
And thanks to the Spillway Band.
Oh, okay.
Chicken Wednesday, which you can only find out about by invitation. So come to the tour and get invited. Okay.
Well, listen, David, thank you very, very much, and I hope to see you up there.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
Okay. Take care. All right.
Right.
Well, that's a wrap for this week, folks. This is Marietta Allen. I hope you enjoy the trip. I think it's going to be a wonderful weekend up there, and I want to let you know about it first. Okay. Take care.
Hi, this is Dave Channon for the Phoenicia Shandaken Studio Tour 2014, coming your way July 18th through the 20th. This project is made possible with funds from the Decentralization Program, a re-grant program of the New York State Council on the Arts, with the support of Governor Andrew Cuomo and the New York State Legislature, and administered by Arts Mid-Hudson. And special thanks to the Catskill Heritage Alliance for sponsoring us. While you're here in town, visit the site of the Catskill Interpretive Center in Mount Tremper. There'll be a new visitor center building under construction, but along the meadow on Route 28, you'll see a lineup of amazing sculptures, and there's a place to pull over and park by that information kiosk where you can stop and get a lot more and pick up maps and check out the tour.